Hello, Joanne and Deb. Hi, April. Great to see you guys. You had me at 3 and some of you come back for more this evening, huh? You are tough cookies. Alrighty, we've got 7. I'm going. Let's do this. Alrighty, welcome everyone. It is day 7 of the 12 days of Christmas, and Dory and I are working alternating days, and today is day 7, and I just wanted to kind of review our projects from day 1. Remember, I'm doing the odd days. I wonder why I got the odd days. And just to review, on day 1, we made the Bah Humbug box. And if you're interested in any of these tutorials, you can check out on my YouTube channel and get all the details there. Then on day 3, we made this adorable little hand sanitizer box. Love that, using a lot of the plaid paper. And then finally on my 5th day, we made this candy cane holder. So I have been very, very busy. And be careful now. Keep the phone low if you're at work. All right, so those are the 3 that I've done already. And remember, you can check back on my YouTube channel for any of those. Now, for day 7, we are working on a beautiful handmade card box. Many of us have made lots of cards, and we might want to share them with a friend or a coworker, and we're not sure how to package them up. Well, I'm going to show you this evening how to make this great handmade card box that holds at least 5 cards and envelopes. So it's large enough for envelopes as well. And I have 5 in this stack, and they are fitting very easily. It doesn't look like they are, but the birds are just getting stuck on the front. There we go. But easily fits 5 cards with envelopes. So this would be a great thing to kind of whip up that you can make for a friend that you'd like to give some of your handmade cards to. So it's an easy design. I'm going to show you first the products that I've used. For the stamp set, I've used an oldie but goodie, the Perfectly Plaid. I've been using a lot of these on my projects lately because I just love Christmas trees. Tonight we're going to use the little plaid Christmas tree, which I love. And of course we have the coordinating tree punch that goes along with that. All right, for the sentiment here, happiest of holidays, we are going to use the Merry Moose. Okay, happiest of holidays. And this one is retiring. So if you don't have this one in your stash yet with the Moose punch, it's time to get it, girls. All right, so that's what we're going to be using this evening. So let's go ahead and put our box to the side. Now tonight, we're going to be making one in the cherry cobbler. Now the paper that I use here comes with the Curvy Christmas project bundle. And there's paper that comes in the cherry cobbler and the shaded spruce and Sahara sand. And it's just gorgeous paper, perfect for the holidays. And this one is in the shaded spruce. And tonight we're going to make one with the cherry cobbler. Alrighty, let's get started. Okay, now the piece of paper we're going to be using is cut at 8 1/4 by 11. So all you're going to do is you're going to cut just a slight little strip off the shorter end of your piece of cardstock, because cardstock is typically 8 1/2 by 11, and you're going to need a piece that is 8 1/4 by 11. All right. Now we're going to work on the long side first, so that's the 11-inch side. Hello, hi Renee. Nice to see you guys. Hope you're staying warm up there in Factoryville. All right, here we go. Long side, we're going to go at 4 1/2, 5 1/4, 9 3/4, 10 1/2. Okay, on the long side again, we have 4 1/2, 5 1/4, 9 3/4, 10 1/2. All right, then we're going to turn it clockwise and put up the shorter end there and not wreck the place in the process. Okay, and we're going to score on the long side at 3/4. Keep the paper up there where it belongs. 3/4, 6 3/4, 7 1/2. All right, so the short side is 3/4, 6 3/4, 7 1/2. Hi, Rise. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to put my comments so I can see them. There we go. So now I'm going to grab my bone folder and we're going to fold on all of our score lines. This is a very easy design. It only opens on the top. Sometimes I make boxes that open on the top and the bottom. This is a box that only opens on the top. Let me show you my sample here. Okay, the bottom is totally closed and then the top opens like this. Okay, so you only have one side that has the 2-panel flap that comes down. All right, so let's go ahead and get back to our creasing here. Hope everyone is hanging in. This cold weather is coming to stay, I believe. Okay, I think I've got all the lines. Yep, looks good. All right, put that away. Now I'm going to grab my scissors. Okay, now I want you to first hold it in landscape position. All right, and you're going to notice that on the right-hand side, there is a 1/2 inch skinny rectangle that runs from top to bottom. We're going to go ahead and cut off the little square at the bottom and the top. That's the little, actually it's a rectangle, and it's the piece here between the bottom and the first horizontal score line. Okay, this is going to be the portion that we're going to put a little bit of tear and tape on, and it's going to fold inside the box to adhere it together. Okay, and on the top, mix that up a little bit. You want to cut off 2 of the little rectangles. Okay, so 1 down here, 2 little ones up there. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and just cut at an angle so that that will fit nicely inside the box. All right, so that's what we have first. Okay, we have this portion is going to be the part that folds inside. All right, now with that side still on the right, we're going to go ahead and cut up these vertical score lines to the first horizontal score line. Okay, so we're making 2 little tabs, and we're going to go ahead and cut little wedges off those because these tabs are going to fold in, and then the long rectangles are the panels on the bottom of the box. That's going to hold the bottom together. All right, so we got our bottom all finished there. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and turn it the other way. This is the top. Okay, so let's cut down the vertical score line. We're going to go through one of the horizontal score lines to the second score line. Okay, so we're going to do that on all 3 of these score lines here. Okay, so what we're developing here is our little tabs, all right? So we're gonna cut off the top part of these two rectangles. There's two rectangles together. And then we're going to go ahead and wedge those as well. Okay. All right, now we're almost done. The last thing we have to do is, as you see, this box is going to come together like this, and that is going to be the back. All right, so we need to get rid of this panel in the front. Okay, so you're going to fold down. Here is your little 1/2-inch piece. You're going to fold down the tab, and you're going to cut this entire piece off here. Okay, because this is going to be the front of your box, and then this is going to flap down on that. Okay, everybody got that so far? All right, good. Now let's go ahead, and I want to go ahead and put my Designer Series paper on. But this is going to be our flap, so I'm going to cut a tiny little wedge off here and here, just to help that flap tuck into our box a little bit easier. Okay, now let's turn it this way, and we're going to go ahead and put our Designer Series paper on. Remember, this is from the Curvy Christmas, and this is cut at 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. Let me say that again, 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and, using my Tombow very lightly, I'm going to go ahead and adhere these to the front and back of our card box. Okay, and I like the Tombow because it allows you to move it around a little bit and find just the right spot you want it. Same thing, the back panel. Now you don't need to do a front and a back. If you just want to do a front panel, that would be fine as well. It depends how much paper you want to use. I'll tell you, I'm almost out of this one, and I was going to make a shaded spruce one for you this evening, but I didn't have any paper left. So we had to go with the cherry cobbler. All right, now got our paper on. So now we're going to grab our tear and tape, and we're going to go right down our 1/2-inch. If I can find the end of the tear and tape, come on, there it is. Okay, I'm going to turn this sideways and put my tear and tape right along that little 1/2-inch edge. Okay, I'm going to grab my pick tool and get that backing off. Then I'm going to turn it back over this way, and I'm going to fold this end in like that. There's that tear and tape laying there. Then I'm just going to fold the edge over, and it is going to match up perfectly for you. Okay, then we just pop it open, and it's starting to look a lot like a box. All right, let's turn it on its head, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to close the bottom. Now, to close the bottom, you want to make sure that you put the small tabs in first, and then you want to put the back large rectangle down, and then the front large. Then you have the nice crease along the front of your box. Okay, so let's go ahead. We put our tabs in. There goes the back rectangle. Let me grab my Tombow. I'm going to put a little bit along this like that. Then I'm going to close it up, turn it back this way, and then using my bone folder, I'm going to go down in there and push down on that panel. Let me use my scissors. There we go. That's a long way down there with the bone folder. All right, so there we have it. There's our box. That's how easy it is to put that box together. And I like this box because it's big enough to hold the cards and the envelopes. And that's something that some of the boxes that you find on YouTube, you put the cards in, it looks beautiful, but they don't have a room for the envelopes. So you want to make sure you find a box that has a little bit more room in so you can fit your envelopes in as well. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to close the top as well. Bring in the flap. All right, now I'm going to grab the ribbon and tie that around my box. I'm going to find the ribbon. Here it is. This is another favorite from this holiday season. This is the metallic edged ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to take a nice big piece of the metallic edged ribbon. And if we look here at my sample, just to see how we want it to look, what I did is about 1/3 of the way up, I just tied it around the box and tied a bow towards the right side of the box. All right, let's see if we can do this on live TV. All right, so I'm going to bring the ribbon around the front of the box and make sure all my ribbon is laying flat. And here we go. Make my loop. This is really, really easy ribbon to tie. It's nice and soft and it lays very nicely. So even Barb Reed can get this one tied in one try. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna make the loops a little bit smaller, but I love this. It's such a beautiful ribbon. Comes together so nicely. And then if you think it's a little too far to the left, you can always grab it and slide it over a little bit. And then I'm gonna cut off my edges. There we go. Now we just have one more thing to do with embellishing our box. And I'm going to grab a piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to be using, as I told you before, the Perfectly Plaid photopolymer set. We're going to use this cute little plaid tree there. I think that's so cute. All right, I grabbed my cherry cobbler ink because I know it's going to match perfectly with my cherry cobbler cardstock. So I'm going to ink it up and stamp it right towards the edge of the paper. And I think my cherry cobbler ink pad could use a good re-inking. So I'm going to go ahead and come in with my tree punch and punch that out just like that. I'm going to try one more, see if I can get it any darker. This poor old cherry cobbler ink pad has seen a lot of business over this Christmas holiday, that's for sure. All right, let's see if it's any darker. What do you think, girls? I think it's poor thing's tired. Nah, that's not much better, but we'll go with that one. I'll put that on my list for tomorrow. Re-ink my cherry cobbler ink pad. All right, let's go with that. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that on a Whisper White stitch circle. I believe this is the second from the largest. Oh, did you? I know. I'm not sure if, is it on the sale, Cheryl? I'm not sure if this one's on the sale. All right, now I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals. I know I've used it so much, Cheryl, it just screams Christmas to me, so I just love it. And I just took the dimensionals off my cute little tree and I just centered it right in my Whisper White stitch circle. Now I'm going to adhere this to my box, and to do that I'm going to put my dimensionals at the top and the bottom of the circle so that they kind of straddle, so the circle can kind of straddle my ribbon, and it kind of helps keep it in the right spot so it's not slipping and sliding around on the box. So I'm going to put that right there. Okay, looks good so far. All right, the next thing we have is our sentiment. I'm going to grab my 1/4 inch. Oh, good. Great. Yeah, grab it if it's on the sale. All right, so I'm going to be using this 3/4 inch strip, and I'm going to use a sentiment that is from another one of my favorites that's retiring, the Merry Moose. Okay, and this one comes with a little moose punch. This is a really super cute set. I'm also going to be making a card for buffet using this set, so stay tuned for that one. All right, I'm going to grab my poor little tired cherry cobbler ink pad, and I'm going to stamp the happiest of holidays right on the strip. Okay, that looks a little better than the tree. And then I'm going to come in with my other favorite punch. This is a favorite I have. It is the tailored label punch, and this is great for making banners. Okay, so I can bring in my strip and I just stick it in the side of my punch and line it up, and it makes my little banner tail for me. Isn't that cool? And I'm going to do the same thing over here. And there we have our banner. Super cool. All right, so now I'm going to grab my dimensionals. This is the final part. Going to grab 2 dimensionals. And if you don't have the Merry Moose set, you can always use a different sentiment. This is a great box design to have, because if you make a set of cards, you can always make a box that matches the cards as well. So as we're moving in toward the spring collections coming out, just think about that being a choice that you could make. And I'm sure I'll be making something that would coordinate directly with the cards. So that's it. That's how easy that is. All right. And remember, it'll hold at least 5 cards and envelopes for you. And wouldn't that be a great gift to get from a friend? So that will be day 7 of our 12 days of Christmas. So tune in tomorrow evening, and Dory will be having the 8th day of Christmas, and I have no idea what she's making, so it's a surprise to me as well. I'll probably be watching, so give it a try. See if you can make some card boxes and post them on my Facebook page. I'd love to see what you came up with. So take care, and I will see you again on Thursday. Oh, I guess we'll see you tomorrow night as well for what's new Wednesday. So many times to see me this week. I don't know how you ladies do it. All right, so take care, and we'll see you again soon, and keep stamping. Take care.